Toyota's decision to close its Erlanger facility affects hundreds of jobs, but it is not unprecedented here.
As we remember, 9 on Your Side reporter Tom McKee says many communities have had to reinvent themselves after automakers reorganized.
GM was once a mainstay in Norwood, likewise Ford in Fairfax and Batavia Township. But when those plants closed, civic leaders had to answer the same question Toyota is presenting to Erlanger. What's next? For years, Chevy Camaros and Pontiac Firebirds rolled off the assembly line at General Motors' Norwood plant. 4,300 men and women had good-paying jobs. But Mayor Tom Williams says everything changed in 1987 when GM pulled the plug.
Well, at first, everybody thought the world was coming to an end and we would not exist.
That didn't happen as community leaders had the massive plant torn down, clearing the way for developers to repurpose the site to bring in new companies and create new jobs.
But in the long run, it was the best thing that could happen because we then diversified.
Now Erlanger is in a similar position, overcoming the loss of 1,600 jobs and 10% of its annual revenue.
We will recover. It'll be a slow recovery, I'm sure, looking for somebody to replace that.
The big question is what will happen to the complex the automaker has occupied since 1996.
Toyota owns the property, so are they going to try to sell it? Are they going to try to lease it? We don't have any answers to those questions right now.
Development expert Doug Mormon says he doesn't think the buildings can be marketed as a single-use facility.
I think what they're going to need to do is divide that up and break it into smaller units that are capable of being used by smaller entities.
Both Mormon and Williams say they can't help but think the loss of flights at our airport contributed to Toyota's decision to relocate to Texas. Tom McKee, 9 on Your Side in Erlanger.